And we are back with the part 2 of WrestleMania 28 review. We go into the next segment, which is the 2012 Hall of Fame. We see actually a return Ric Flair, which it was a lot of rumors and speculation that Ric Flair wasn't going to be a part of the additionals on camera part of the ceremony. He was going to be more of the off camera. But we saw him be a part of the on camera ceremony, and we saw everyone basically stand up, clap these guys, gave them a rounding ovation.
An incredible moment for the 2012 class of the Hall of Fame. And then we go into the next segment. We see Josh Matthews preparing to speak with rapper Flo Rida when the one-man rock band Heath Slater pretty much interrupts. We end up seeing Heath Slater get knocked on his butt by Flo Rida. And then we go into the next segment. JC, would you like to cover it?
We see Team Laurinaitis versus Team Long. We see Bray Bella come out and introduce Team Johnny, Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, and Team Captain David Otunga. We also see Laurinaitis and Vicky Guerrero come out afterwards. Then we see Team Laurinaitis gather in the ring, followed by Nikki Bella, who comes out and introduces Team Teddy, where we see them come out, followed by Oksana, Nikki, and Hornswoggle, and Teddy. Teddy came out doing his little dance.
The Mac Militant.
Yeah, the Mac Militant. We see him come out in a nice light blue tux, and it was fantastic.
Teddy is always dressed so nice. I always got to say, when I see Teddy Long, he's just got the nicest possible suits on. And completely side note, John Laurinaitis looked like the Colonel. So,
and Brother Love, for those of you who go back that far and watching wrestling.
Hey,
I love you.
I ain't teaching the word of God. I'm teaching the word of love.
So we see right before the closing moments of the match, we see Zack Ryder go in, who was very on game tonight. We see him take out two members of Team Laurinaitis. Then we see him to go for the broski boot. He was getting ready to do the woo 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 fist pump right before he hit the boot. And then Eve gets in the ring, distracts Ryder. We see the Miz hit the skull crushing finale, and the winner and controlling of both Raw and SmackDown, Team Johnny Laurinaitis.
Johnny Ace, yes, is in control of not only WWE Raw, but he's also in control of WWE SmackDown. And this is what I want to know. Did Eve just get in the ring and give Zack Ryder the low blow post-match because she was disappointed that he ended up losing the match? Or was there some sort of plan? Did Eve and John Laurinaitis have something worked out where Eve was planning on screwing Zack Ryder all along? I guess it'll only come out in weeks to come.
Yes. Then we see video. We saw a camera pan over to former WWE diva Tori Wilson and New York Yankees third baseman A-Rod Alex Rodriguez sitting ringside. We then see a video package of fan access over the weekend, followed by a backstage segment where we see WWE Champion CM Punk getting ready to take on Chris Jericho. And right before the match, we hear CM Punk say to John Laurinaitis, "I'm a little bit busy." And Laurinaitis basically, again, sticks it to CM Punk and says, well, if you try anything and you go and try to get yourself disqualified, you will not only lose the match, but you will lose your WWE Championship. Then we go into the WWE Championship match, Best in the World versus Best in the World, Chris Jericho, CM Punk.
Oh, yeah, so it was an incredible match. We saw a lot of back-and-forth action. We saw multiple code breakers. We saw multiple attempts at the go-to-sleep. We saw the Anaconda Vice locked in at multiple attempts. We saw probably the most innovative way to get out the Anaconda Vice that I've ever seen. I mean, Chris Jericho was just bringing his knee fully up and making contact with the back of Punk's head until he repositioned himself, and that's what ended up getting Punk the victory. But before that, we just saw incredible athleticism from both competitors, and I want to know, what is Chris Jericho going to do tomorrow night on Raw now that he's lost his match? How is he going to up the ante? What is he going to bring? CM Punk's grandmother into it? What, is she shooting up drugs in the nursing home? I mean, he's already brought every other member of the family. What is Jericho going to do? Because we know Jericho. We know this isn't going to sit well with Chris Jericho that he lost tonight. I mean, he even had tights made up that said Best in the World on him tonight.
And you know what's kind of funny? Because didn't a couple of weeks ago say that he breathes it, he claims it, he is it, and he doesn't have to put it on the back of a shirt or on the back of his tights, and he comes out with his big light bright jacket and Best in the World splattered right over the back of his tights. I don't know. It
Hey, actually,
kind of contradicting yourself.
very, very valid point. JC has a very valid point there, I do have to say. But it was a great match nonetheless. We saw Chris Jericho hit the code breaker after Punk jumped off the second rope. We saw an attempt at the plunge. We saw incredible, incredible, incredible spots in this match. And while the Triple H Undertaker match definitely was physical match of the night, this told a story throughout its wrestling holds and its wrestling maneuvers
Yes.
and the body language of the competitors and also what the competitors were saying back and forth. Basically, CM Punk at one point said, basically, tap out, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, in plain and simple, clear language.
Your winner and still WWE Champion CM Punk. We then move into the next match, which is a WrestleMania 20 next promo segment, which was WrestleMania 29 promo package. We see the pilots from earlier who flied over. They're in the crowd front row at the show. We also see I thought we were going to see a Brodus Clay match, but we see the Funkasaurus come out and calls his mama. Mama Clay comes out with the rest of the Bridge Club and was just dancing the night away. Then we moved into the video package for The Rock and G.I. Joe for later in the summer. Then the Rock Cena promo starts, and then we have the intros for Rock and John Cena.
Exactly. Sean Diddy Combs, P. Diddy, comes out and introduces MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, who ends up playing a song before we see John Cena's entrance to the ring. Then we see Flo Rida comes out. He performs a set of 2 songs before we see The Rock make his way to the ring. This is about 10, 20, 40 minutes before the pay-per-view is scheduled to end, and we get the biggest match of the night next to Undertaker and Triple H. This is what everybody has been waiting for. This is a year in the making, if not longer. This is the culmination of all the build. This is the night everybody's been waiting for, and I think JC's shirt, I don't know if your notes are in the way, buddy. JC's shirt says it best. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what the topic at hand. It was an incredible, incredible match. We saw so much back and forth action. The match started off a little slow, I'm not going to lie. But yes, The Rock is getting back into wrestling after several years of being the biggest star in entertainment. But he still impressed the hell out of this wrestling fan, and John Cena brought his A game as well. Yes, John Cena can be a little predictable in the ring, but that is what wrestlers do, They come up with movesets, and they practice those movesets, they perfect those movesets, and they go out and use those movesets every night. The problem is when they wrestled on a territorial system, only so many fans saw them every night. There wasn't the advent of cable television. So now you're on the grandest stage, you're seeing these guys every week. Yeah, it's going to get a little stale. This is the same thing that they've been doing for 50 years. Maybe it is time to change up the format a little bit. But right now, that's not what we're here to discuss. I'm just pointing out an obvious fact. It was a great match. Nonetheless, JC will talk about some highlights. I'll talk about some highlights. Then we'll wrap this video up, and you guys can give us your thoughts.
Yes. It was an overall great match. I was definitely at the edge of my seat. Everyone knows that, who's been watching me for the last 2 years, knows that I have my dislike for John Cena, the wrestler, the character, but I still respect the hell out of the man. Regardless of what kind of character he portrays, what kind of character he is, he does a lot of things, and it was a great thing on during the Randy Orton DVD that I saw. There was one point in the DVD, Randy Orton says it best. I arrived to the arena so early when I know someone requests me to over John Cena, and he goes on in the DVD that says John Cena is granted more than granted more wishes than anyone in the WWE combined. John Cena has, I think, like 505, anywhere from like 400 to 600 granted wishes. And also, I don't know if you saw it during the video package, but CM Punk was signing autographs for a girl in a wheelchair, and he goes and he grabs the camera and he goes, "We have a proposal," and we see a guy down on one knee, and CM Punk is saying yes. She said yes, and I think that was a very emotional to see that in a WrestleMania video package, because you see WrestleMania promos and video packages and fan actions, and you've never seen an actual location proposal like that.
It's nice that they brought that little bit into WrestleMania, showed the human aspect, showed a member of the WWE Universe enjoying themselves, and also probably what's going to be one of the biggest days of their life when they do end up saying their vows and getting married. So I do agree with JC Styles. It was very, very, very cool to see. And also another cool thing, I don't know if they mentioned it during WrestleMania 28 tonight, but David Otunga also saw I don't remember if it was a young man or a young woman who was very deserving of a wish being granted. He ended up helping them out and bringing him backstage. And I guess David Otunga received a high amount of praise from his fellow peers and superstars within the WWE. You know, regardless of that's what we said earlier in the video or the first part of this video, whatever have you. Regardless if you like these superstars or not, they deserve respect. These athletes go out there and give us their all, and they also go out there and try to give back to the community that appreciates them. They try to show their appreciation. But for the meat and bones, the Rock versus Cena match.
Oh man, I was at the edge of my seat. There was so many close calls during this match. The overall match was great. I was expecting something 10 times better wrestling ability wise, more than CM Punk versus John Cena for Money in the Bank last year. But for a guy who's only wrestled last November and then a guy who just got back in the ring again tonight, The Rock brung it like he said he was going to. He put boots to asses. He picked up the win. What is in store for John Cena tomorrow night? Will John Cena confront The Rock, and will we see a show of sportsmanship and see them shake hands and hug it out like we see in so many various other big stipulation matches? Or will we see these two go at it, bump heads again?
Will they come to blows?
Will they come to blows and see a WrestleMania 29 rematch?
That is a huge possibility. Also, rumors have been flying around Miami, Florida, and the YWC and the IWC all weekend about Brock Lesnar, the next big thing, returning to the WWE. There was some talk that he potentially could return at tonight's WWE Wrestlemania 28 pay-per-view. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Current talk is there is a huge chance he is going to re-debut tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Current talk is he has signed a one-year deal with the WWE. He'll be working a schedule more than The Undertaker, but less than Goldberg. This is huge. But like JC said, it was a great main event. After John Cena hit the AA, we saw The Rock end up reversing through a series of moves, hitting the rock bottom and picking up the win.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Now, the biggest thing, guys, is after you're done checking out this video, please comment below, and please also check out all the websites that make up the Effin' brand of wrestling and entertainment. The site that you're currently watching this on, Effin' True Wrestling, Effin' True Entertainment, the Effin' True Click, and my new channel, Fight Nation Wrestling, and also the official website of the Effin' brand at www.fightnationwrestling.com, and also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Effin' True Wrestling.
Also follow us on Twitter at Effin' True Wrestling. Also, please find me on Twitter at JC Styles. Please, follow us, like us, tweet with us. We are always, so anxious to talk with our viewers. Brian and myself, we're going to tweet the results live for you guys tonight in case you weren't able to tune in and watch our review. But at that point of us sitting in front of our computer and being away from the TV screen and missing some of the pay-per-view, it would have been a little bit of a hectic. But hopefully at Extreme Rules in Chicago, Illinois, we will be able to do that for you where we watch it live on pay-per-view.
Yes, and the further on what JC said, I watched the pay-per-view between me and JC live in the same structure. We have our own separate units stuff, and I was able to watch some of the pay-per-view downstairs at my place, and I watched some of the pay-per-view with JC Styles. But the section of the pay-per-view that I watched, and there also will be a few more videos to be uploaded, I provided my live reactions after every match on my new channel, Fight Nation Wrestling, to accompany this great wrestling review that you're currently watching on Effin' True Wrestling. Now, guys, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for being loyal fans.
Before we cut out,
JC has
I got
message.
one more thing I wanted to say. One of our viewers, HHH Guy 2004, went live to Miami to watch WrestleMania tonight. He was at Fan Access. He provided a couple of little quick check-in videos. I'm going to be helping him out and doing a tribute video to his WrestleMania experience. So once that is up, I will let you guys, our fans, know. Please, I will put the link in the description box or send a bulletin out to every one of our viewers. We were the guys, our viewer, HHH Guy. We were his inspiration to getting on YouTube and doing videos. He may not have the best quality, but the fact is that we were someone else's inspiration to get on YouTube.
That's
and many
huge.
others that wanted to do
Plus,
videos.
he put effort into this, guys. And when anybody puts effort into something they're passionate about, they deserve to be appreciated. He might not be your cup of tea. Hell, we might not be your cup of tea. This might be your first time watching us. But guess what? That's what makes this thing so great is you get to choose what shooters you like. You get to choose what wrestlers you like. But please, give him a chance. He is a great friend of ours here on YouTube, and he has some really cool footage. I got to preview a little bit of it, and I can't wait to see all of it combined.
On location videos, pictures, slideshow that I'm gonna do. It's gonna be one big video, but I think all the videos that he posted up to over the last couple of days, no more than 2 minutes. So with the a piece, so I think he's got like 4 or 5, and then plus with his videos that he has from the location and the pictures that he takes. If he takes a lot of pictures, I will take some of the very best ones out of what he sends me and put it into a slideshow and upload it to his channel, which we will post the link or post a video on our channel to pull in some views for him, just to help him out and to say thank you for checking out everything that we put up over the last 2 years. Guys, we want to get this up. Thank you for watching. We'll see you back tomorrow night with the Monday Night Raw review. Hopefully we have a good fallout from WrestleMania.
And also, please check back on either this channel, F&True Wrestling, or on Fight Nation Wrestling for your Monday Night Raw preview. Thank you, guys. Thank you for kicking with us. Have a great night. And if anybody's still on their way home, make sure you make it home safely, and make sure you watch us after you get home.
Yes.
You're trying to watch a wrestling video and drive it.
Also, have a safe and early morning commute.
Yes, please. We all know about those hungover drivers out there.
Yes. Have a good night.
Later, guys.